sense. You got that, you got that. I don't deserve it kind of love. Girl, slow down, I'm about to buzz kind of love. That funky dope, back it up kind of love. That's what you got. That call it a night kind of love. I gotta get Joel Levert a spicy chicken meal for Wendy's. So Wendy's, don't let me down, Jaime Town. Because Popeyes let me down when I went to eat for Osho. It was alright. It wasn't all like that. We could have saved our money. But when I come for that Wendy's spicy, I want it hot, I want it fresh, and I want no bullshit. No extra salt on the fries, because sometimes I'll go a little crazy with that shit. Ain't that right, Gerald? And we coming for that strawberry lemonade, so make sure it's tight. This will be a Gemini's reading. Y'all got study and learning, and yes. So anything that you are guided to study and learn about, this yes from spirit. Yes, get on top of it. No matter how kooky or crazy it may seem to other people, it's something that needs to be studied and learned. More than likely dealing with this witchcraft, Greek mythology, the connection between all things, you know what I'm saying? Signs, symbols, synchronicities, otherworldly stuff, paranormal activity, because a lot of properties is in America, they subdued by spirits because bitches was conjuring in them, and now it's like the landlord can't even get nobody in them because it's vexed. You could have somebody to be able to clear it out. The same problem they have in the United Kingdom for a long time now. For real, it really ain't no joke. You can act like it don't exist all the fuck you want to and keep acting like people that talking about it is crazy. No, they know something. And cut it the fuck out, you know? Because priests are Christians and they been doing exorcisms and going to people's houses doing stuff to, ward off evil spirits. Why all of a sudden is it weird? Like we never came through this before. Now it's done got out of control again, kind of shit. So a lot of people got to do a lot of studying and learning about it rather than just act like it doesn't exist. And everybody's talking mumbo jumbo. No, you lost in the fucking sauce. And as soon as you get to blaming yourself for weird happenings to you, then I know that you really lost in the sauce and they really got your ass where they want your ass. So get ready to put some studying and researching the moon. Ooh. Especially if you got roots in anything Native American, Hindi, I heard Italian, Jewish, African American, Mexican, Puerto Rican. Even if it's in your blood, it doesn't matter. You really need to get into it. For real. And cut double though. It needs to be like a topic of conversation. It would be so cool. Especially in America, Because it's usually people that hang out together that end up becoming like the trench coat mafia boys or some shit like that. That understand what's going on and they just hang out with each other and they look at the average Joe as just a weird motherfucker that don't know what time it is kind of shit. Look at this motherfucker. He gonna get eaten by aliens tonight. They're gonna eat his brain tonight. That's how they be talking. And they be serious as fuck because shit be going on for real. The more you learn about certain subjects, the more you can find yourself in those certain subjects and be like, wow. You find your life purpose in studying and researching and learning. You really do. Seven of Pentacles. Some of y'all are in the honeycomb hideout, what I would call a bunker. Hiding out from the crazies. Oh, look at this. Dead men and women walking. This Joe Biden having him a drink and a water or some ice cream, a milkshake. His milkshake breeds other crazy to the yard. Yeah, right. They better than yours. He will teach you about they have to charge. Four of Pentacles. These hoes, they don't know nothing else. They keep trying to marry men for money. Now it'll be the same men that say ain't nothing happened to them. This is just something normal that happened. You know, all of a sudden got cancer. I'm on chemo, just accepting it as because they was smoking. But then you got people like my mother that was killed by witches, and she never smoked a day in her life but died from lung cancer. You know, stop buying the bullshit. And then you putting it on tobacco companies. If you got Native American in your blood and you smoke, how the fuck are you going to get cancer? The only way you're going to get cancer if somebody's doing some form of witchcraft on you for you to get cancer. There's people I know that got Native American in them more than likely to chew snuff forever. Just chewed on it. Tobacco in their mouth. Chew it on it just like they do in baseball. And it's not a big deal. And ain't nobody getting a hole in their mouth and nothing else. So cut the boo-boo. And sometimes it's a form of rebellion. And show, bitch, God is so awesome. He can regenerate my lungs every day. And when I wake up, they'll be brand new for me to smoke again. Don't underestimate my God and don't limit my God. What he can and cannot do. Limit yourself. Because you a limited being to think that you can only get something by way of come hook or come crook. You a silly person. Now get the fuck out of here. That's why they hate me. And I don't give a fuck because they ain't going to stop talking this way. Two of Cups. Who the fuck is you? You know? Because it's that bully shit. Three of Pentacles. Steadily sowing seeds of dissension. These weirdos. It's a lot of husband and wife duos that's like one a dark witch, one a veteran gone rogue. A lot of dark witches and motherfuckers that was in the military, but they older now. But that was like a thing. It was a thing for a long time, probably in the 70s or some shit, where they married, where warlocks and witches got married. Warlocks would be those that was in the military, of course, for war, and then dark witches just was born that. And they got married in order to basically take over banks, take over businesses, take over countries. Just a weird bunch. And they hang out together. They really do. And they made it a way of life that's not normal. Now, a lot of their children suffer from their immaturity and they dumb decisions. For real. They don't know nothing else. They know when to farm. Some of y'all have to study farming. Have to study moon cycles so that you'll know a way to combat it. Because it's a lot of these motherfuckers. For real. They make you feel woozy and all kind of shit when you speak truth to power. They don't have none, but it's unity, you know, it's strength in unity. So since it's a lot of them doing it, they'll do shit to you. But you got to say fuck them at some point and carry the fuck on. Because you're not just about to fuck my life up. At some point, we got to face this shit and knock off, you know, being scared. I ain't never been scared. But enough, you know, close the book on them and throw them in a dungeon as far as I'm motherfucking concerned. Because they think this is just a way of life. That they can keep running off of people's money, keep causing towers to people, keep causing towers to bank, keep writing fraudulent checks, keep doing shit. Like, this not okay. And who told you to celebrate the demise of others and to celebrate sowing seeds of dissension, but to find something in the Bible to, you know, help them feel better about the bullshit that they stay on? They really need the book thrown at them for as much money as they stole and how many fraud checks they done wrote. I'm trying to tell you, my mother know all about them. And a lot of ancestors are in the other realms, you know, or on the earth right now, handling these motherfuckers, causing them towers, plucking up everything they lay down. You know, couldn't really wait to get to the other side so that they can fight a little bit better. Because when you hear, you know, the only way to really fight is to pull up over their house and beat the fuck out of them. But they'll be the ones to call the police, you know. So you gotta tread like with these motherfuckers. Queen of Swords, Gemini energy. Yeah, it's time for y'all to study. Jimmies. Since y'all able to help y'all government recapture some of the money that they took. Oh, they get into some gangster shit. They real trifling. But when God is with you, the gun is jam. You know, somebody come in and hit you in the head with a rock, you just don't flinch and say, why would you do a thing like that? And then make them fall back. Just by your mere presence, your light knocks them out. That's what happened in my case. They came in here, hit me in the head with this rock. And I was like, why would you do that? And then when I got up, he fainted. I didn't touch him. He just fell back. Just like this. Like, what the fuck? If you'll get the fuck out of here. Just a bunch of dum-dums. Ten of Cups. Yeah. That's what y'all going for. Everybody going for it. Ain't nobody on this war and violence and all this shit. They just don't want to tell the truth of the matter that they ain't shit. Now they sick. You know, because they have to deal with their darkness. And the whole thing about it is they do not want to turn in. I said, if I really, how I really should have did it when I was, because I didn't get to do it when I was younger. If I would have knew then what I know now, I would have waited till we had some type of family gathering and tied the motherfuckers up to a chair that I knew was full of shit. And I would have had a gun. And I would have slapped them with it any time they didn't turn in. Which means look at yourself. You scared of your own shadows. You scared of your own darkness. You scared of all the foul shit that you've done. But you need to turn in and look at that shit, because you're going to have to look at it once you cross over and die. And then you're really going to be gnashing the teeth and in hell. You're not going to no motherfucking heaven and you done did all that shit. That shit is trapped in your subconscious mind. Your heart is filthier than a goddamn rag. Look at it. And if they didn't, I would smack them with the gun until they got it in their head that they was scary than the motherfucker of their own shadows. Now look at it. And I would know when they turning in for real. I really would. Because it'll be Sleepy Hollow. They be crying. You know what I'm saying? Aching, moaning, all of that shit. Good, good, good. Just where I want you. But if they try to go lover, no. Smack with the gun again. Use a motherfucking lie. You scared. You trying to manipulate. Trying to get out of it. Like a child that don't want to stand in the corner. Now they got to pee all of a sudden or they hungry. No. Stand there and turn around and deal. And cut all this bullshit out. The Emperor. It's my father energy. I'm a lot like that guy. But for real, you get sick of that shit, man. Come on, man. You's a scary motherfucker, but y'all the hardest motherfuckers out here. No, you not. You's a motherfucking lie. Now stop. For real. Getting their children locked up because they don't live the lifestyle that they want their children to live. So much motherfucking blood on their hands, but it's a lot of them. When it's a lot of them, they really get to thinking they somebody, but they ain't shit. You a coward if you can't ride alone most of the time. You know, and then they be pretending like they do ride alone. No, the fuck they don't. When you ain't around, they running their motherfucking mouth. Because they got to want to see a dead body. They got plenty of blood on their hands. Plenty of motherfuckers, they still killing. They say bodies start to drop. For real. It's true. The ancestors on their retarded ass. Because they sick of them. For real. Now it becomes point them out. Point out who the magicians are. Point out who the devils are. Since they always want to point and say where you live at and tell somebody to come hurt you. Now let's point out where they live at. Let's point out, let's do a witch hunt on their motherfucking ass. Let's flip the script on these motherfuckers, Gemini. And some of y'all are going to do it. Just based off of the studying and learning y'all about to do. About this weird, this shit is nasty. Look at that. He don't even got no eyes. You just see brain through his eyes. Damn. Just can you imagine that? What are you seeing? You know, what is your perception of life? If you don't have no eyeballs, your brains are showing where your eye sockets is at. So you just mostly mind. You can't even get into your heart space. All of that is fake. And when they try to, it becomes a tug of war. Because it's like, well, I got to keep killing. So I don't want to feel my heart because I still got to be cold in order to do the killing that I've been doing. That's a fucked up position to be in. But ancestors on their motherfucking ass. Because they killing too many people and they keep on. Like God gave them the authority to do so. And he didn't. King of Wands. Yeah, people going to be pointing them out. Pointing them out. Pointing them out. Because that's what they do. For people to hurt you. Or for people to take advantage of you. They see a sucker and they lick one. For real. Magicians. Shapeshifters. Swindlers. Trickster energies. Devils. Yeah. No sense in their motherfucking head. For real. Styrofoam brains. Zero conscious. You know. Just a load of shadows. A load of dark shit that they've done. And a load of excuses on why they do it. You know, this is a weird bunch. That's all I can say. It's only a matter of time before these motherfuckers is out of business, out of commission, you know. You just got the regular stupidity kind of criminal minded motherfuckers, but then you got some motherfuckers that's demented. And it's connected to being a black widow, connected to dark magic, connected to witchcraft, voodoo, but it ain't really voodoo. No, it's hoodoo. Hoodoo is anything. Anything they get their hands on, they turn it into something. They can get a goddamn can of peaches, and next thing you know, the peach tree in Georgia got a slew of motherfucking cockroaches on it, and don't nobody know where it's coming from, kind of shit. Where it's a bitch somewhere with a can of peaches that got mad at somebody that was on peach tree that day. Now you got a flying cockroach problem. It's real. They take anything and turn it negative. And always trying to find an excuse of why they don't like somebody. And it's always connected to money. Or doing work for somebody that don't like somebody that's on Peachtree kind of shit. Like, bitch, you know how many niggas I don't like, but I damn sure ain't wasting my time. Like, what the fuck? Making it all cold where it ain't sunshine. They just take the fun out of life. They really do. They're a drag. They really are. They need to be cut off. They really do. Drain the swamp, you know, just like Trumpy said, just drain the swamp and get up out of here. You know, people becoming knowledgeable about this stuff though, which is good, because sometimes I'll be in the comment section and I'll be like, what the fuck is they talking about? Like, they said that the government was making genetically modified mosquitoes. No, the government ain't. I got mosquitoes all in this nasty ass curtain that I'm gonna take down and go get some more to make it look better, since they broke out the windows and they want this to look like a piece of shit ass property since it's in my care now. But it's really not my property. It's my nieces and nephew's father's property that he bought for them, for real, to have just somewhere to come and do their homework and sleep and chill, because his family lives on this street. But I'm going to make it look as nice as I possibly can with Sam's stuff that he allows me to get. But it's mosquitoes all in here. And they show mosquitoes chasing a government helicopter, and they saying that they're not seeing it as the damn mosquitoes is chasing the helicopter. They saying that the government is making them and dropping them. Can't you tell a chase from a drop, motherfucker? You can literally see these motherfuckers, and that's the shit they do in unity. For real. That was like a whole bunch of mosquitoes. Just imagine this dark patch right here with mosquitoes chasing a government helicopter, harassing the fuck out of government. What the fuck? You know why they harass the fuck out of government? They'll start making it look like this because they ain't got no food. How did you get there? Because you keep doing shit that make them cut you off from food supply. And then you start going underground with the shit and tampering with certain factories. They tamper with goddamn Walmart like crazy. That's why Sam say, I wish I would have never took that damn GI Bill. Because these motherfuckers just feel like they could just come in Walmart and do whatever the fuck they want to do with my goddamn merchandise. For real. It's absolutely ridiculous. Why don't you find something for your ass to do? What did you come up with, motherfucker? Wouldn't nobody follow you if you was goddamn shit and flies? Damn motherfuckers follow a man that is no longer here in the physical reality. He's in the spirit realm, but still able to do what he do in the physical reality because they be having them gifts when they in the army, just like my grandfather. They be working still for the government after they no longer here in the physical reality, you know, working on guerrilla warfare and shit like that. They can still draw tons and crowds of people. They get envious of that kind of shit because they can't. Don't nobody listen to them. Not even they fucking children. For real. Just a bunch of fucking weirdos that always get mad and want to try to kill me, but can't. Yeah, send the word forth with y'all gossiping motherfucking ass. You talk too much and you do too much. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune, I'm telling you, witches and warlocks marrying each other. Somebody in the military, another bitch just from the south side of nowhere, working with sticks and stones, breaking people's bones kind of bitch. I'm trying to tell y'all. And they been doing this shit. Been a headache to the American government, and they're doing it, but then the people will say that the government is doing it. The government don't even have time to come up with no dumb shit like that. Why would they do shit that would give them more work? Use your brain. They're going to genetically modify mosquitoes to bite you. For what? It sounds so fucking stupid because it is. These motherfuckers are the dickheads that do shit like that to irritate government because government don't come at their beck and call once government have to cut them off for food supply because they're getting too ignorant with the shit that they doing. And these motherfuckers got knowledge because they was in the military. They got knowledge because they had parents that was in the military. They just hang around ear hustling and shit. They got knowledge of how the sun works, how the moon works. They got knowledge on how farming works because they come from the deep south. They're an irritant. They're a pollutant to the collective. If they don't like it, it doesn't matter. They done did what they did to be labeled as they are labeled. The fuck? And in it to win it. Think they're going to heaven. You don't go into heaven 2 by 2. No. You get judged singularly. I don't know where people get this from. You're not going in as a married couple. No. You're going to be judged singularly on what you did as an individual. And you may end up in hell together. Oh, look at that. Aren't you happy? Kind of shit. For real. Under divine judgment. Even from the smallest motherfucking witches and warlocks they have out of their loins. For real. It doesn't matter. They produce more and more of these motherfucking weirdos. Big snake having a small snake. That's all. A venomous one having a garden snake, that's all. And then it end up being venomous because they teach them all so stupid ass shit. Then when they don't got no motherfucking money because they done ran out of motherfucking tricks and schemes, then they want to go harassing the government, sending pestilence like it's God. They'll get in the Bible and see how God do it, then replicate it. Like, what the fuck? And y'all blame the government. No. Stop. They trying to work on the goddamn deficit. They not thinking about these motherfuckers. 6 of Cups. Yeah, they've been doing that for a long time. 222 on the clock. They have couples. Married couples. Absolutely. Been doing it for a long time. And then they are in control, but they ain't. They been out of control. They don't have no brains in their motherfucking head. All they got is gun and specs in their gun. That's all. But no brains in their head, no. And the people that they recruit don't have no brains in their head either. They really don't. They just tell them what to do, and then they do it. And think they with somebody because they'll show, like, just say for instance, everything is an illusion. So they did something here where the ceiling cracked open because it's the people that did the work that's connected to them. The ceiling started leaking, and then all of a sudden it just went away. Then I looked up there the other day, and it looked like it never cracked open. But I seen it crack open. Then it's a leak in the kitchen, and you will see it wetting up the carpet, but then Allah stopped it from coming through the ceiling, but the carpet will still be wet. This is the kind of magic they do. It's manipulation of energy. It's to make your life miserable, distract you, do all kind of shit to you. Because you tell the truth of these motherfuckers. Bitch, what else am I supposed to tell? But you stay in the Bible, though. Jesus said he was the way, the truth, and the life, but you love riding his coattail. Why don't you go on here to that book of Revelations and get with that sword dripping with blood? And see what he did to those that were workers of iniquity that he told to get away from him. He never knew it. You know, they don't want to talk about that part. Because it's definitely in there. And get people to work in moon magic doing all kind of dumb shit for a cheap price, for a car, for an apartment that they can't even keep up the rent on, kind of shit. I'm telling you, they don't stop. They really don't. Some of them been disowned by their own children because their children in the military and they sold all the way out to the country. And they not going to be playing double agent with your weird ass. You cut off, basically. And they work for the government. They don't work for their parents, kind of shit. 6 of Swords. Be trying to move further and further away to get more and more into some weird shit. For real. Justice. I'm trying to tell you, that's why they didn't want Trump in there. Because they knew he was going to be he out of patience with him. He understands that patience is the devil. And that's how they work a lot of their schemes, with patience. You know what I'm saying? Rearrange you, put you on this side, kick you out of here, do this, do that, so they can keep doing what it is that they do. But you have to be just as determined as them with your God conscience and, you know, your God mind and your bravery and everything that God gave you to be able to fight against. It said that the righteous take it by force. You know, you got to take some shit back by force, because that's what the fuck they do. That God ain't never told them to do. All they do is duplicate. You know, and it said what? The violent take it by force? That's what the fuck you got to do. You got to get violent with some motherfuckers. In God's name, you know, in Allah's name. For real. And we out of patience. All we got is truth. And you did it like a motherfucker, so let's bang it out, bitch. And you ain't gonna sneak me. You ain't gonna send a motherfucker in here to hit me while my head is turned. Why the motherfucker ain't fight me head up? If he 11 and this bitch is 14, then let's do this where we all looking at each other and I can beat the fuck out of y'all to a bloody pulp, and then the police and your mama can come on, and the coroner and everybody else. Don't do that when I'm this way, and then put your fear on me to send me charging through the house so that you can just demented as fuck. Mia, sounding like weirdos that I know. But it's coming out of their mouth, and they ain't of no relations to me. But this is body jumping and shit. It's possible. People just don't think it's possible. But that's why you got to study to show thyself approved. Where a motherfucker can't just come saying something to you and then you sacrilegious or overly religious. Now it's like, oh, get away from me. That's demonic, this and that. Oh, fuck all that. We ain't got time for that. Look into it. Look into the matter. And then you'll be able to stand on your own 2 feet to say, yeah, well, this is some shit that's happening. This is the history on it. This is the research I did. You know what I'm saying? And I'm starting to see certain phenomena, certain paranormal activities. People are acting weird other than self. I heard a motherfucker say something the other day and it sounded like my mama, who's a witch, or my motherfucking grandmama that was a witch. I heard a motherfucker talking the other day that sounded like my uncle, who was a warlock. And I don't even know where the fuck, I ain't seen them in years. But how the fuck they get in this motherfucker's body? In order to harass me on this side of town, and they live on that side of town, kind of shit. Oh yeah, they real wicked with it, because they've been doing it for so fucking long. For real. I've been battling this shit by myself for a very fucking long time. I really have. I ain't about to sit up here and cap to nobody that I've been getting help. No, the fuck I ain't. And if I have, honey, I ain't aware. And thank you, but I ain't aware. For real. Because ain't nobody been there when I've been getting my motherfucking ass kicked to rescue me from a motherfucking thing. Maybe give me a few pieces of advice, but that's about it. Only a law. For real. Joe, no. For real. Like, yeah, ain't nobody talking about shit but you. Kind of shit. And they suddenly think of more and more ways. Because they think somebody want accolades and power. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I want a rainbow in the sky and children being able to laugh and play outside and eat ice cream without getting raped and kidnapped and thrown in Scooby-Doo vans. That's the goal, bitch. Fuck power. Allah has all power in his hands. And if he happens to give it to the chief and commander of this state or whatever country, excuse me, let it be so. I'm not interested, motherfucker. Kind of shit. They're trying to think of more and more ways to get money and to steal from you. They done messed me up so bad. Took my baby. They might as well have took it out my womb. They might as well have took my son out my womb. Still trying to figure out ways to get my baby. Where he got to be in a honeycomb hideout and shit. And I don't know that's crazy. For real. Trying to figure out a way to kill me and my son. For monies. Where am I sitting? Don't it look like sort of like this motherfucker right here? You know, most people that was in it to win it where Trump was concerned, you sitting like that too. They don't like Biden either. They want him dead, you know? For real. It's just good versus evil. People that want a certain way of life for their children, their grandchildren, their great-grandchildren, and people that's just, you know, don't give a fuck about nobody. But they belly. Them belly full. That's about it. Stole or steal all my inventory. Everything I lay down. They ruin my life. Ruin everything that I have. How am I supposed to eat? How am I supposed to get anything that I'm getting? If I work, and ain't nobody gonna tell me to go back to no hair, because that shows me that you're a trapper and you're an enemy of mine. That's not what God called me to do. God called me to do this. And it was really to help any and everybody all over the world that's dealing with any type of psychosis, mental illness, anything. It's just doing it in a shamanistic way. It has nothing to do with Western medicine. And I'm not saying F Western medicine. I don't get down like that. If anything, I will help take the impurities out of Western medicine because that's really what they be trying to do. Because medicine, for real, ain't shit but herbs. They just put certain things in there that they can't seem to get out of it so that it's a more pure form medication. No different than cocaine, Mary Jane, heroin. You know, they really do use plants for a lot of medicines. They really do. They just trying to figure out how to get that other shit out of there so that people can quit getting the side effects of it. That's it. So I ain't never on no fuck the pharmaceutical company. I don't fucking think so. You know, I know how to stay in my lane to do what God has purposed me to do and to help out where I can with somebody else's purpose that God purposed them to do. But these motherfuckers attack you every 5 minutes for something that you was doing for the whole, the collective, not one person left out. And you think God ain't gonna stand with me? You have got to be out of your fucking mind and get lost in the recesses of your mind, weirdos. Now ain't helping shit. And get the fuck away from me. Kindness shit, for real. You gotta be a rider for Allah. You can't be no damn weakling. You really can't. You gotta be willing to die, to kill, to tell the truth, to speak to power in a way where your voice ain't shaking. And if that motherfucker is, say it anyway, kind of shit. Because these motherfuckers stay playing a dirty ass game. They really do. So much blood on the leaves from these strange fruit ass motherfuckers. Ain't that right, Auntie Billy? Just a bunch of strange motherfuckers with no brains in their head. And they eyes see through the brain that they ain't got, kind of shit. Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? You know, what can you do with that? Because they done did so much dirt, all they see is red. And they don't know nothing else. They lost in the myriad of dead bodies that haunt them in their sleep. And they just get back to work like they fighting against something. That which they know not. Because they done killed so many people and they don't know whose spirit is coming to haunt the fuck out of them. You know, that's when you get off into you. Oh, you just scary. Oh, fuck it though. Y'all niggas scary. You gotta be. Because you don't want to say, I'm sorry. What did I do? What can I do? What can I offer up? What can I do for, for recompense to even the score? I didn't know any better. I was once a child. Now I'm not a child. I'm a man. I'm sorry. What can I do? Instead, they go fighting back that which they cannot see, that'll debilitate them and put them in a motherfucking bed for days and days and days. But they got these big ass houses, but they only stay in one room and close and lock the door. Like that's gonna stop. Don't you know spirit can come right through the door? They don't need that. That lock ain't doing shit, you stupid motherfuckers. Some of y'all are high priests. Y'all gotta do some more studying and researching. Because, honey, these times ain't changing. They're going to get worse and worse. As far as being able to understand what is going on a paranormal level. Because it's going to be, the veil has been thin as far as the earth realm connected to the spirit realm. You're going to be able to see people and all that. You don't want to be spooked. You want to understand it. You know? As long as you understand it, you got knowledge of it, then you won't be all scary, acting like you don't see what you see. Some of y'all are high for energies, need to do a lot more researching and studying. And get off Jesus' coattail. It's absolutely ridiculous. If somebody say, leave me alone, and you keep on following them and doing stuff, you are a weirdo. People don't look at it like that. And a lot of times Muslims are called to defend Jesus, but Muslims that got caught up on being personality worshipers of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and they forget about Jesus. And Jesus, no, they forget about them because Muslims are supposed to be protectors of Jesus because people will pull on his energy, keep conjuring him up, keep doing this, keep doing that. And a lot of Muslims ain't doing their job because they're really supposed to be checking the fuck out of people that's doing that. Stop. My pastor, who's one of the greatest people to ever live, and he's still living now. May Allah give him long life and prosperity for the rest of his life until he's ready to lay it down. He said one simple thing: thank God for Jesus. He don't keep Jesus, 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 God, Jesus, mixing them up. No. Thank God for Jesus. Jesus would like the sound of that, and he does. It doesn't sound like sounding brass and tinkling cymbals in his ear. Leave me alone. Quit calling me. I said greater work should you do. Stop following me. You seem to have more gifts than I had. Leave me alone. And motherfuckers just keep on. and keep on and keep on. That's weird. And you should die. For real. Because where's your power at? You're denying the power of God Almighty. They got nothing to do with Esau or Jesus, as you call him in Christianity. Stop using him to cover up your filth and debauchery. Stop using him like you have low self-esteem and low self-worth and you don't have the power in your hands that God gave to Jesus. He gave you even more. But you keep on. Just thank God for Jesus and move the fuck on. Shit is weird. It makes your head itch. For real. 9 of Cups. Yeah, wish fulfillment. Jesus. Oh, Jesus. 3 of Wands. Start somewhere. Start somewhere and build out. You know, maybe you could come up with a lover or something. Because some men be turned off by that. They call you Jesus freaks and shit. For real. And some people gonna come see your ass because you done did too much. Now I'm about to punish you and burn you. For real. Cause you pain in Jesus' name. Because it's their brother for real. And that's how they see him. And they got to defend him and stand up for him. And you using him. Somebody say leave them alone. Leave them the fuck alone now. Empress. Yeah. You're not single. Stop being a Jesus freak. Stop that. It makes you look weird. We done moved into a whole new era, a whole new paradigm. For real. People gonna start punishing you motherfuckers with that shit. It's just true. You can feel however you want to feel about it. I'm just telling you because it's out of love. You know? Another motherfucker may not tell you. You may have gotten too high up on the horse where a motherfucker won't tell you. You too caught up in stardom. Emphasis on dumb. I'm just saying. I don't like that. Don't keep on. Because it's hurtful to Jesus. But you love him. How? You're coveting him. And you're saying screw God, basically. What, I mean, what, you see how crazy that sounds? It sounds nuts, for real. Meanwhile, you get these type of motherfuckers that got this on the same shit. And you don't want to be in the same company as them. You really don't. But you end up being in the same company as them because you thinking just as dumb as they think. Which is true. All right, Gemini, get into that study and learning so that you won't be left behind in a new era looking weird. You want to look weird the right way. You know, your own look, your own vibe. Not weird when people like, why do they keep saying that? Why they wearing them church outfits to Walmart? All right, y'all. Love and light.